guys. In this video we will solve LoveTok challenge from HackTheBox. It's an easy challenge and you can read the challenge description here. Also in this video I will show you how to run these Docker files on our systems to check if there is something we need to create our lab and change the codes to exploit something basically. So I already downloaded the files and open it in VS Code, and let's go to check the website together. The website is just like that. Sorry, uh, just like that, the dashboard part. It says you will find law and there is a date, and also nah, that doesn't work for me. Try again this part. We can click that. If we click that, it's add a parameter format to here, and also R is our input here, so it's automatically add R. If we change that, the date part is changing. If we change that to this, date is comes. So let's check if we can do something with this input. Let's check the codes. If you check the codes, you will see there is a model, it exists, and there is two functions. One is getTime and the other is just a construct. So our format came into addslashes function. This is kind of sanitizing our input, but it's not a good way to sanitize inputs. So then it's running Eval function in it, and there is two way we can do that. We can escape from this date function to run our code in Eval function. But even with that, we have to bypass this add/slash function to get here and then escape the Eval function. I will show you how to escape Eval function, but in this challenge, we just have to bypass add/slashes because there is also another vulnerability exists in it. If you search on internet about add/slashes bypasses, you will see that page. This function is working just like that. Let me show that to you. If you add a single quote to input, it will change it to this. So it's adding slash if it see any input it doesn't want. If you add double quotes, it will change it to slash double quote. But it's not a good way to sanitize it, as I said before. So we have to check if we can bypass it. You can read this documentation also. It's adding a variable system and running it. But we will use this. We will add another parameter and we will call that parameter. Let's try that if it's working. So it worked, and we can change it to cat to read this, but I will show you it exists. Our flag is here. I will not show the flag. So the challenge is actually just this. So it's finished. We will read the flag and push our flag. But if you are solving a challenge in HackTheBox first time, I want to show you that we can run Dockers on our system and we can change the codes. For example, there is an SQL injection, but you couldn't exploit it, and you are not sure if there is an SQL injection. You are suspicious about that. So you can delete the sanitizing part from code, and you can run the Docker and check if there is a SQL. If there is SQL, you can work on bypassing it, for example. So let's open terminal and download, change directory to web LoveTok ls, and there is a build docker sh. Let's go change mode and run that. It requires sudo. But if you didn't install Docker, it didn't work. You can install it with this Docker installation on Kali. There's a documentation on Kali Linux website. You can follow this I also suggest that after this you can download this file, so apt install docker compose. I think downloading it is better because sometimes it will requires. So it ran already. Let's check which port is our docker running. If you check here, you will see docker 0 here. I couldn't see the IP address actually. Also, we can reach that from here, I guess. No, let me. Our Docker didn't run, so it requires something to install. Why failed? Run again. Let's download it ourselves. I double it. Let's try again. Sometimes you need to figure out these problems yourself. It's debugging parts actually. We couldn't resolve this. No, I can resolve that. Why this happened? I already downloaded it. Why you are saying that? Maybe there is a problem with our bin sh. I'm running it from zsh. zsh actually is better. If this will work, there was some code we can run if we saw that. See that? I will follow this. Maybe I will not cut this part so you can see that if you solve that kind of errors on your Kali, you can solve that with that. But if it took too much, probably there is a problem with my Kali. I didn't reboot it for a while. Let me reboot it and I will stop the problem here. That message is saying, are you root? Because there's sudo non-exist here after than the ampersand. So I add it here and I could update it successfully, but in Docker file, let me try that again. Probably, let me run it with bash. Yes, it worked. So after, probably I didn't reboot after any update and it broke some files, and after that ampersand I didn't that sudo that broke. I run it with bash and it ran successfully now. Okay, download the required files. Set done. Also, let's open one more terminal. Let's check. Yes, our Docker 0 IPs exist now. Let's go to the page again. It was my IP. It's trying to up web page. Let's refresh. Yeah, it came. This one is my laboratory, but this one is a real laboratory. So if I try that here with cat, I will read the fake flag. I'm expecting that. It didn't work actually, because it's not under that in our directory. Let's ls. Yes, it's here in our directory. That's why we couldn't read that. So vcat, it's fake flag for testing. Okay, so our laboratory is running run. So what we can do if we have codes, let me show that to you. For example, we are trying to exploit Eval function without addslashes. Let's say addslash is a safe way to sanitize it. So we are not sure if there is an RCA exist. We can do that in our codes. We can remove this function and we can directly put our format to this date function. So if we run the Docker again, the code will be updated. So let's check this website again. So this directly goes to /. As you can see, we can't read the flag because / function is not exist. So if you see that kind of CTF or challenge, you need to escape from this date function. How you can do that? Our input is came to here. For example, we put ls, it came to here and dot this function. It will change it to date. For example, what does L mean for date function? I don't know, but it will not run directly ls in the eval function. So what can we do? We have to escape from that format date function, and then in that we need to run our code directly in eval function. How we can do that? We can do that with that. If we add our code to, sorry, wrong, copy paste. Let me copy it again. If we add our malicious script, or payload is better, a malicious payload to here, we will change this part to command line. Also, we close that date function. Then we will add or concat our malicious shell exec function to here. So it will run like that. Let me show that here in pseudo way. Don't save. So with that, what we do, there is an Eval function here and date function called, for example, and then we concat our shell exec here, ls. So Eval function will run date function and inputs that part, and then our code will be run in the directly eval function, not in the date function, and our code will run as we expected. Also, this part we closed that the date function here, so we will get an error because it's part of date function. We have to change it to command line. That way, we access that point in the directly eval function. So let's try that. If we change that line to this, I am doing it in the code because sometimes execution functions can be uh, stopped with something. You can try PHP info here and run the code and see if you can get the PHP info, but that's why I'm not adding firstly this to from browser, as an input. I'm adding this code and I will run again the Docker. Give it the time. Okay, so let's delete it and run. So it shows our malicious function is running. That's all. You can use that input on the browser and you will see that you can escape the function successfully. Thank you for listening. See you guys.